first things first on the chopping block. The Love is Blind finale. I feel like we've been covering the whole season, so we got to touch on this finale.
Literally, at this point, we're a recap community. Like, you know?
Yes, we got to do some reaction videos.
Oh, okay, can just pick a couple and we'll go from there.
Well, let's start with Jimmy and Chelsea. Let's just go ahead, because it was only two main couples to talk about. But Jimmy and Chelsea.
Chelsea, you're dumb. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But like, why were you so shocked and like heartbroken that he said he didn't want to get married? Like, y'all have not, granted, no love story or no journey is linear, okay? But y'all have been all over the place like this. So why were you so upset at the fact that he was like, no, this is not it? Literally, you complain and are upset about every little thing that this man does. The man can't even go get a beer with his friends. Like, I mean, well, anyway, that's the whole nother topic. But it's just like, you don't really want to be with him. You just want to be with somebody, and you know that he's not your person, but you're just like committed to now being married because you decided to come on the show, or you just really don't want to look like the bad guy or the villain on TV. But like, be for real. Like, I'm not saying Jimmy's perfect, like, but like, Chelsea was just really too hot to handle. Maybe she should go on that show.
Girl, no. Don't ruin my damn UK thotty behavior. Do not go on that show. I don't want to see you. I don't want it. I don't want it at all. God. But I was just like, the fact that she was just like, oh, what? You don't want to be with me? Are you kidding me? Like, Chelsea, didn't you just say to this man probably 2 days ago, oh, I don't want to be with somebody who goes out and you don't blah, blah, blah. You don't care about me and you don't love me. I don't want to be with you. Like, it was just obvious.
Ridiculous.
Like, it was just ridiculous. Like, yes, you are clingy. You are all of the things. Talk about, oh, we only had one argument. No, bitch, y'all been arguing the whole time.
Since the first day you got out. Oh, sorry. Y'all been arguing since the day you got out them pods. Like,
yes. I was just like, Chelsea, there was never any inclination that y'all were actually going to get married.
None.
Like, from everything, just like, you didn't want him to go out. What, like, if somebody goes out, like, you want him to be up your ass all the time? Like, no. Girl, that's desperation. That right there was pure desperation. But I will give it to Jimmy. He was eating her up.
Mm-hmm.
His little one-liners, Jimmy was eating her up. I love that for him. Not to say that Jimmy is perfect, because I just don't think, I don't think that Jimmy was ever attracted to her. None of it was ever going to work in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, cool. I do give it to Jimmy for at least breaking it off before they got to the altar. Like, let's just cut the bullshit. Let's not have our family and friends get up here, and for me to get up here and be like, you know what, boo? I actually do not love you. Unlike fucking Clay.
The next ones. Okay. First of all, there's so much. Forget everybody else. Let's just talk about AD and Clay. So yes. There's so much to unpack here. The three main things. One, Clay, why did you get up there, spill your heart and soul, how much you loved her, how great she was, let her do the same, just for you to say it would be irresponsible of me to get married right now. I'm not ready for marriage. Like, y'all could have did that before the wedding, before wedding dress shopping, before the planning. Like, literally, you said, I want to be with you, but I'm not ready to actually get married, which is fine. I'm not even upset about that. But it's the fact that y'all got up there on that altar and was saying vows and all types of stuff. Like, you sat there and wrote a whole love letter to express your love and affection to this woman in front of y'all family and friends and us.
To then turn around and embarrass her. And embarrass yourself. That was my thing. It was just the sheer embarrassment of it all. It's just like, bro, are you freaking serious? Like, I have
Be
more
for real.
respect for just cutting it off before we even get there. Because now it's just like you add an extra layer to it. Not only are you not ready to get married, and then when he like, already broke it off, he's talking to the camera like, oh, I don't think I'm like deeply enough in love with her to marry her. Finances is important to me. I don't understand her finances. So I don't feel like I can make this decision today. So I'm like, you didn't understand her finances way before this. So why are we getting here? But needless to say, that the status of the relationship, even it making it to the altar, AD also shares some of the blame in that, because it's like he has been constantly saying, I don't know if I can get married. He done made cheating his personality trait. Like he act like that's a gene that you born with. Like, you got the cheat gene. Oh my God. It's just like,
still not taking accountability though.
Still not taking accountability. But it's just like, okay, so if somebody is constantly telling you like, oh, I don't think I'm ready to do this, or I just don't know 100% at this point, like how many times do you got to keep hearing the same thing before you just be like, okay, then we should just stop. I hate when it's just like people are so hyper focused on, oh, I want to be married. I want to be married. I want to be married. And not that like unity of a marriage overall. It's not just, oh, you have a ring on your finger and you have a husband. There's a whole lot more shit that goes into that. So why are you trying to force a situation with a person who is telling you they are not ready? You cannot make somebody ready for this. So part of it's just like, yeah, you share in your own embarrassment, because it shouldn't have been a situation of like an ultimatum to be like, oh, if we don't make it to, we don't go to the altar, and if you get up there and say no, then it's done, because that can kind of force the other person to be like, okay, well, let me just keep going on with it, because I don't want to lose you, but I also am still kind of like on the fence. She should have just listened to what he said and been done. I did appreciate the fact that he's just like, it's not that I don't want to be with you, but there are things internally that I need to work on myself. Like, I want to get into therapy. I want to do all of these things so I can be a good husband, and I can be the husband, especially that you're saying that you need, and, kind of live up to your expectation of me. But I can't do that right now, which is,
I'm not mad at his. Yeah, I'm not mad at his decision. It's just, why'd you do it on the altar?
Yes, it was just like, why didn't you just say that before this? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, she went dress shopping, you done picked out a suit, all y'all done did all of this shit, picking out colors, blah, 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 only for your raggedy ass to get up there and say no.
In such a nice way, but still.
Yeah, in a nice way, but you're still saying no. It even just like when AD would talk about Clay, or even when her mother would talk about Clay, it was also like, oh, he's just so handsome, and okay, he has money, he has a good job, okay, great, and what else?
Like, did you really get to know him?
No, and I don't feel like she did. I feel like aesthetically is really all that she was focused on, and like, oh, we'll get to the back end later, like we can figure it out later. No, marriage is more than just the aesthetics.
Which I find crazy, because people were coming down so hard on Clay for being like so into like, oh, how the person looks and this, that, and the third. But it's like AD was doing the same thing, but just like in a different way. Like, she was very much so focused on the aesthetics as well.
So it's just like,
while we're on the topic of them, at the altar, is it just me, or like when you up at that altar, I can't tell you what to do at your wedding, but you are supposed to be doing vows before God, your family, whoever you believe in, whatever. This is a serious moment. They up there talking about it was giving homeboy, homegirl vibes, and just the like, why are you at the altar playing like that?
Yes, just so fucking unserious. Like, from the Fashion Nova dress to everything was just so unserious. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, like, no.
Just like, child, these people.
I will say though, the following events and conversations after that, child, they hit me to the core. AD breaking down, like saying like, I'm never enough. It's like, anybody can relate to that, especially as a woman. Like, no, I
Right.
don't feel like I'm never enough, like in my marriage. But I do feel like in my mind, I'm constantly like telling myself, you could do more. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Mm-hmm.
And like other aspects of my life, whether it's like professional or just friendship, like all different types of things. I feel like my marriage is probably like the easiest part of my life as of now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I don't relate on that level, but I just feel like as women, it's never enough.
Yeah,
Like,
like I feel bad for her when she said that because you could tell like she genuinely wants love. And I could see that she genuinely
mm-hmm,
wants like, you know, a future with somebody, a marriage, or she wants somebody to choose her
mm-hmm,
the first time. But I think it's just like sometimes you got to be realistic about it and realize that life doesn't have these short time spans. Like a year is not a long period of time.
right.
And sometimes with this experiment, like, yes, for some people it has worked out, but I feel like for the people that it does work out for, those people really know themselves and know what they
Mm-hmm,
want. And when you don't know yourself, you really don't know what you want long term or even short term. It's very difficult to try to make these kind of like life altering decisions.
mm-hmm.
So I would really I feel like now the show is just more about the antics. It is way far removed from the original purpose.
Yeah.
I feel like if Netflix ever wants it to get back to that, they really got to do some different with the casting. Like we need some psychological, you know, evaluations because some of these people, a lot of screws be loose, and really just like go in depth to what people actually want.
Mm-hmm,
I would love, and I don't know if they do, if they use like an actual matchmaker to really put the pieces together of the people. Because if you just have random people like, oh, we're gonna put them all in this situation, just see what happens, you're more likely to get what we had this season where only one couple gets married
mm-hmm.
versus at least like season one, there was what, two or three couples that actually got married.
Yeah.
There's some people that, you know, from, you know, as the seasons have gone on, that have actually gotten married. Some people have gotten divorced, their kids popping up. So it's just like it is shown that it can work, but the people's mentality has to actually be there. There has to be some real sense of compatibility. And I just feel like that's not happening. It's just kind of like, oh, let's just see how much drama so we can get people to
Yeah.
engage and watch and talk about it.
But you know what else? I think they also need guidance. Like, okay, do you watch Married at First Sight?
No.
Okay, so on Married at First Sight, it's pretty much Love is Blind except without the pod situation. You get matched with somebody and then
Mm-hmm.
you go live with them. But during that time period while they're living together before decision day, they have to do couples therapy together. They do different activities like intimacy activities, learning
Mm-hmm.
about, you know, just different things like activities that actually make you engage and get to know the person you're with. I think Love is Blind would have a better outcome if after you send them home to live with each other, there was a little bit of guidance, like have like a therapist, like a family or marriage therapist, go in there and talk to them every week. Like, okay, where are you guys at? What are your struggles? What are your, you know, things that you guys are doing well? Like, just kind of like guidance. Like, you're literally just putting them there and saying, okay, plan the wedding, get married. Like,
Right. Not set
and I
it. Nobody
guess,
is really set up for success.
yeah, and I guess the idea or the argument of that would be, well, you're in the pods talking all this time, so you're supposed to be talking about your future and I guess what it would be like if you guys are compatible. But I feel like some of those conversations need to be guided. Like any most marriages, you know, before you get married, if you're getting married by like any clergy member or anything like that, you most of the time they make you actually do like couples therapy or not therapy, but pre-marriage
Like, you know,
counseling.
premarital
Yeah.
counseling. Yeah.
So it's like in this situation, why is that not the same? Why would the show not provide that for them? Like,
Because they just really, at this point, just be about the drama and the bullshit
yeah.
rather than achieving the ultimate goal. So, I mean, I think that would be a
Yeah.
great suggestion. So, Netflix, Nick
Let
and
me write
Vanessa
in the
Lachey,
comments.
like, y'all need to get
They
up
need to
on
get
that,
rid of
fix
them.
that. Yes, I
Either
hate
get rid
them.
of them or make them do the work, because all they're doing at this point is just being messy. Really, Vanessa. Nick don't be doing nothing. But
Yeah.
and then, before we move on from that, from AD and Clay, Clay's mother and father's conversation, bro, it's just like, yo, that man, he, like, why don't you see it? He's such a Caribbean man. All the Caribbean men, if you're listening to this, don't take offense. I'm just saying that y'all just have that ego about y'all, like, and his father, although I do think he's finally seeing like the effects of like the decisions he made as a husband, because biggest misconception, people think just because you're a good father then you're a good husband, or just because you're a good husband you're a good father. That's not true. Two different relationships that you have to actually, nurture. Like, you can be an amazing husband and not such a great father, or a great father but a shit husband, clearly. So it's like,
hello.
like, Clay's dad, I don't remember your name, homeboy, but you really did a number on your son.
Yep. And
You
mama
really
was reading
did.
you fulfilled. And she was like, but we don't have to get into that. We won't talk about that anymore. And I was like, oh,
because she even said this experience, she found out some tea that she didn't even know. She didn't know you was taking y'all's son to go sleep with Miss Shirley and them down the street. How you cheating on your wife with your kid there, and now your kid is traumatized? The wife didn't even know. Y'all just was getting the divorce because you just couldn't be faithful and y'all had other issues, but she didn't know the details about it. Imagine finding out those details on TV. Like, bro.
Yeah.
Trauma.
I could see that just open up a whole new can of bullshit. And it's just like,
she handled herself very well, though. Very well.
Yes, she did. And I'm glad that she was still like, like very nice to AD. She just kind of more so like she understands his decision. And I think she kind of urged him to make the decision. Like, do not get up here and play around. Like, if you're going to say no, you need to say no.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it was good. I just wish it would have happened earlier, and that was it.
What do you think about the fact that they say AD and Clay is still together?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Me either. Okay.
I see
we'll watch the reunion.
Wrong with
we'll
it.
be back.
Nothing wrong with it.